Chapter 15. Beaverfest. The forest did not end at grandmother's cottage. It stretched on, wide, layered, busy, with lives that knew nothing of whispered threats or famous endings. Far from the narrow path and the crooked little house, the river bent lazily through the trees, catching the last light of the day. The air there smelled of water, bark, and damp stone. No one whispered. No one held their breath. It was evening by the river, and evening by the river meant Beaverfest. Every evening, just as the sun dipped low and the river began to glow gold, the beavers gathered along the banks for what they proudly called their musical water ceremony. Outsiders called it the loud thing by the river. Either way, it happened, without fail. Old Bob Tail, the self-proclaimed conductor, climbed onto a flat log that served as his stage. He lifted a small wooden batten, a stick he chewed into shape himself, and shouted, "Friends, tonight the river is our orchestra, and whoever chews through another flute, I swear I'll make maracas out of you." The younger beavers straightened up immediately. Last week, someone had accidentally eaten their own instrument, which caused a brief, chaotic drum solo and an unforgettable wave of laughter. Logs, buckets, old pans, empty jars, sticks, pebbles. Everything was an instrument if you hit it with enough confidence. Two ambitious beavers had started a band called Quokka, specializing in emotional songs about dam building, life purpose, and the struggle of carrying heavy sticks uphill. "We don't just build dams," one of them declared passionately. "We build dreams." Animals from across the forest had gathered to watch. The hippie foxes swayed slowly from side to side as if moved by the music or by the tea they'd recently had. A pair of deer tapped their hooves politely. A squirrel, still dragging leaves stuck to her fur from earlier disasters, nodded enthusiastically as if she understood every word of Nirvana's latest hit. Even the owl attended, perched on a branch with great dignity, until she accidentally fell asleep and snored into the wooden microphone. The beavers took this as artistic approval. Bob Tail raised his baton. "Positions, everyone. Feel the rhythm in your tails." The beavers struck their makeshift instruments. A burst of clattering, splashing, banging, and enthusiastic squeaking filled the air. Water droplets leapt into the sky as beavers slapped their tails on the river's surface in perfect or imperfect unison. The river hummed. The trees trembled. Somewhere, a rabbit held its ears and whispered, "They're doing it again." Then came the grand finale, the beaver anthem. "We are beavers, hear our sound, sticks and stones and dreams we found. If the dam should break tonight, let the music guide our might." It was impossible to tell whether they were singing or chanting or accidentally tripping over their own rhythms, but they loved every second of it. On the opposite side of the forest, in a small wooden cottage, the wolf paused mid-growl and tilted his head. He frowned. "Is that percussion?" But the music continued, full of splashes, squeaks, and dramatic tail slaps, echoing into the forest with all the confidence of creatures who truly believed they were putting on the greatest concert the world had ever heard. Little Red Hood had no idea that Beaverfest was happening at all. She was far too busy staring into a pair of suspiciously large, suspiciously yellow eyes hidden under a grandmotherly nightcap. The forest was preparing for chaos. But the beavers? The beavers just kept playing.